What's going on, my loves? My name is Ali Temple. I'm a global yoga teacher and meditation teacher, retreat leader, and a yoga teacher mentor. I'm starting something new this year that I'm really excited to kick off with you today. As some of you already know, I've been mentoring yoga teachers, new and experienced, since 2016, all over the globe, both locally in Canada and the US, and with international companies. And I've decided to share with you some really special yoga teacher tutorials. We'll be focusing on so many different topics specifically for newer yoga teachers. So if you've been teaching for a year or less and you're looking for inspiration, guidance, support along the way, then make sure you subscribe to my channel, as new videos and so much more is coming your way. So I'm joining you today. I'm actually in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. This is where I'm living for the next few months as I gear up for my next retreat in Sayulita. And for those who don't know, I shifted to a location-independent lifestyle at the end of 2020. So I've been living remotely and working remotely with my online yoga business and mentoring business since then. Having said that, being here in Puerto Vallarta, you might hear the odd rooster or some music in the background. I'm in a beautiful, authentic neighborhood, and I'm loving that. So just a little disclaimer if you hear some noises in the background. But today, I want to talk to you about self-inquiry and self-reflection, how important it is to keep those in your toolbox as a new yoga teacher, why it's important, what some of the benefits are, and some tips on how to implement this regularly into your routine. So stick around and we're going to jump right into it. For those of you who are already in my community, you probably already know that I lived in Los Angeles for 4 years. I was a lead teacher and a teacher development manager at 3 of the top yoga studios in LA, and mentoring a lot of teachers. Between those roles and running my own business online with programs like Deep Dive and Wild Hearts and Accelerate, I've gotten to know so many yoga teachers over the years and learned what they need to really grow and flourish into their own voice and gain the confidence they need to teach and reach their teaching goals, so that we can bring this incredible practice to more people who really need it now more than ever. But often as a new yoga teacher, I know when I was one, I dealt with this. We get all of this self-doubt. We get overwhelmed. We don't know what to focus on, where to start as a new teacher. And it can be so valuable to have someone to help support us and guide us in the right direction. And not only to have someone to help us, but to really believe in ourselves so that we can break down those barriers and get rid of that self-doubt and step into our own true selves as a teacher and really as a human, which is not that easy to do, right? So self-inquiry, self-reflection are 2 things that have helped me immensely as a teacher and really just as a human who dealt with self-doubt and imposter syndrome for so many years, especially in 2020 when the world kind of just halted and we were all forced to stop what we were doing and basically sit in our rooms like we were grounded from life. I took the opportunity to really get quiet and to take a lot of time on self-reflection and self-inquiry and figure out what was holding me back from where I wanted to be and what I wanted to be doing. And ultimately from that time that I was able to take, just reflecting, journaling, meditating, what came of that is that now I'm here in Mexico, living my dreams, running my online business and supporting teachers like you who are in places where I've been in the past and looking to get to a certain level that you just haven't reached yet. We're all growing at our own pace. So what is self-inquiry if you're unfamiliar with the term? Similar to how your physical asana, your yoga practice, teaches you so much about your physical body, self-inquiry is having an internal dialogue with yourself. And it's really the process of diving deeper into your own truth. Some of you know that I'm also a yoga nidra teacher, and it's a practice that I've been doing for about 8 years now, and I have had so many aha moments from that practice, and there's a big part of that intertwined with self-inquiry. So I won't go into that too much, but let's talk about why self-inquiry is crucial for new yoga teachers to help support you with reaching your goals. If you want to be an impactful and confident yoga teacher, you have to be comfortable in your own skin. That sounds easy enough, right? But so many of us are not quite there yet. So I like to think of self-inquiry as a really powerful tool to use before you dive into setting your own goals. It's a technique that will help you get to know yourself on a much deeper level. You know, especially nowadays, there's so much external noise and pressure and chatter. There's this pressure to do things a certain way, you know, in our industry as yoga teachers, and really as a collective with the world, kind of pulling you in one direction or the other direction. And something that I have really focused on in my time, especially over the past few years, and what I bring up often when I'm coaching yoga teachers, is that there's really no one size fits all with our lives, with our teaching, with our practice, with anything. I really encourage yoga teachers to think outside the box. And in order to do that, we have to really understand ourselves and dive deeper into our heart and into our mind so that we can learn what we want our lives to look like, what we want our teaching to look like. When you get quiet, you slow down and tap into your inner wisdom, you'll start to trust yourself more and you'll become more comfortable in your own skin. And spoiler alert, this is what your students want from you. This is how they are going to connect deeper to you and keep coming back to your classes and your offerings. Some of the benefits that a self-inquiry and self-reflection practice have, especially as a yoga teacher, you are going to get so clear on your own limiting beliefs and the own patterns that are coming up for you that are holding you back from reaching your unique goals and dreams as a teacher. And especially for those of you who are feeling stuck or afraid to start teaching, if you take time with self-inquiry, you'll learn where it's coming from, where it's stemming from deep down inside. And once you're aware of that place, whether it's from the past, maybe your childhood, or experiences you've had in teacher training, or just something that you've been carrying around that you've picked up from someone else. Hello to my empaths and sensitive beings, I hear you. That's another subject for another day. But once you get quiet and figure out where that stuff is coming from, you'll be able to shake it and get rid of it and move on. So here's the thing, taking time to sit with your thoughts and reflect on where your challenges are, why you're feeling stuck, where the self-doubt is coming from is challenging. It's not going to be easy. So what I really want you to do in this practice is to go easy on yourself. Take your time, make sure you're not putting yourself in a place of overwhelm. So now I'm going to list you just a few quick tips on how to get started with your self-inquiry practice. Before you sit and reflect, I want you to get really grounded and feel in your body. So start with an asana practice or a meditation that feels really good to you. Just like I mentioned before, it's not one size fits all. I want you to find something that makes you feel good and present and in your body before you start to reflect. Consistency is key here. This is something that I have battled with really my whole life, consistency. It's important, it's not always easy, but setting up a routine that works for you, again, there's that ticket, something that works for you, whether you set an allotted time, like give yourself 30 days to work this into your day, or find a time of the day where you know it's going to be realistic for you, a certain amount of time each day that feels realistic to you. Maybe it's 2 minutes, maybe it's 5, maybe it's 20, whatever works for you. Be realistic so that you can stay consistent and get comfortable with sitting in that discomfort. Okay, this one's important too. I want you to be curious about what comes up. Keep it light. Don't be hard on yourself with what shows up when you're in your self-inquiry practice. Writing things down in a journal is really a great tool as well. I'm kind of just linking that into this one because when you sit and actually start to write things down, there's going to be more meaning there, and it's something that you can come back to and reflect on at a later date if that serves you also. So make sure with that you're not setting unrealistic expectations, you're not searching for a certain outcome when you sit in your self-inquiry, and don't dwell on what shows up through the process. Just use it as information and fuel that can lead you to a place of freedom and liberation in your own mind. So when you're ready to give it a try, grab your journal, grab a pen or your computer notes, your phone notes. If you're anything like me, you have a million notes in your computer and phone that you're constantly coming back to. So whatever style fits you best, sit down, grab it, do your practice, meditation or yoga, and then check out the description below. I'm going to share a few self-inquiry questions to get you started that you're welcome to try out. If you are watching this video before January 24th, 2022, I am offering a free live online 2022 goal and sankalpa setting workshop. So check the description below and sign up for that. I would love to have you live with me. The replay will be available as well. And if you are watching this after the date, check out the description because I'll also add a link to sign up for the replay. We'll be going over some self-inquiry in this live workshop, and then we'll also be setting up some goals. So even if you're well into 2022 and you just want to get more clarity around how to set goals for yourself as a yoga teacher, just be sure to sign up for that workshop down below. And I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below, do you already have a self-inquiry practice? How is it going for you? What are the challenges or breakthroughs that you've come across so far in this practice? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I've got so much more to share with you coming up very soon. And I'm sending you so much peace and support your way. Talk to you soon.